to KIllco Whiskey Musings. I am Brian. See, I changed it up. It's not just KIllco anymore, it's KIllco Whiskey Musings. Yay. And this is my watch being annoying. This is a Friday night, evening, Drinkstream. I'm gonna have to change that at some point. Because yeah, I can still it's still a little bright out. Oddly enough. 6 p.m. and it's starting to get dark. But not quite. So I might have to change it to the evening. Friday evening drink stream. Oh my gosh, that was a lot of stuff at once. Let's go, Burge. You have so much energy. I don't know how you do that. Welcome, Burge. Mike Franklin, Power Keeper. I can read names. Thank you for being here. It's always nice to have people here at the start because there's that 30 seconds to 1 minute part where you're just like, oh, goodbye, no one's here. Or it feels that way. I have to do this thing. I have to do the other thing. And then I have to do the thing. There's so many things. You have no idea. Gah. Yeah, welcome. We're doing I didn't have any idea of what I was going to do as usual. Believe me, that is as usual. So I thought, well, we all know what holiday is coming up. It's the freaking Irishness, St. Patrick's Day. Might as well do a St. Patrick's flight thing. So we have 3 different whiskeys, all Irish, all open. I've tried them all. I know which one I like best, but I wanted to revisit these and, see what I thought now. Most of these have had a good time to open up. I'm a little worried about the third one. I had to do a whole thing right before the stream started where I finally found out that the top was being weird. Like the cork that was in it was loose. I don't know if I've ever had that happen with a bottle. So it was a little weird. And I do have a giant bag full of corks. So I went through those. It actually took a minute or two to actually find something. And I did. And unsurprisingly, it was the Powers cap that fit perfectly. And it's actually nicely snug on there. I don't know why their cork was not being cooperative, but whatever. So let us get to the whiskey stuffs. First of all, not all of these are 40%. There's a common theme with Irish whiskey that I've seen where they all kind of just stay at 40% unless you get the crazy stuff. Barn Door, welcome. Hello. Oh, I should do this. So you can see on the screen that people are here. I'm just talking to myself. I'm so good at streaming. I'm a professional. I really am. First, we have something called West Cork Irish whiskey. This is finished in bourbon casks, apparently. This is actually something I should mention that my brother has a financial interest in because he actually works for a distributor in the area. And he talked to me about this, and I actually bought it right in front of him at the store he was at because, got to help him out. Sell that product. But as you can see, I haven't drank much of it, and I've had it probably for over a year now. I know I finished a bottle of it at some point, but I'm not sure when I actually bought it. It's a mystery. Yeah, it's the second bottle I got. The first one I had had a stain on the label. I remember that. That's why I bought it, because there was a stain on the label, and I was like, oh, someone else might look at it and be like, no, it's a stain. I can't buy it. And we don't want that. Second up for the evening, you know it, you love it. This is just the Redbreast 12, not cast strength. I do have a cast strength bottle, but it's unopened. We're saving that. I don't know why I'm doing this, but we're saving the Redbreast 12 cast strength for, I think, St. Patrick's Day. That'll be my special Wednesday video, St. Patrick's thing. Geez, welcome. Hello. So lovely to have you all here. So we're saving the Redbreast 12 cast strength, which is getting harder to find, and thanks to the Mash and Drum with his video earlier in the week, last week. Oh, time is going by too fast. He mentioned that cast strength might be going away and just replaced with a small batch thing. Don't take my word for it. It was just something I saw, and it made me panic finally. And I was fortunate enough to do a search on the internets and found that there was a bottle of Redbreast 12 cast strength. Close enough, but it was $75. And as always, my parents, who are glorious, decided to donate it because I can't afford stuff like that. They've donated at least 3 or 4 bottles recently. So That's nice, but it's also like a little weird. It's like mom and dad keep buying me alcohol, and I cannot drink it fast enough. There's this part of my brain that's like, I'm gonna have to start doing something and like doing some samples or something or a giveaway or I don't know, because I'm at the point where I'm getting flooded with whiskey, and it's wonderful. It's such a wonderful problem to have. Thanks to all of you, because again, I can't afford this stuff. Thus the donation to channel stuff. This chair is so creaky. I'm sure no one else notices it that much, but I do, especially in recording. Enjoy. Oh, lots of chat. Oh, the joys of the shipping industry. Doug H, welcome. Hello. Friday at Fred's with Doug. Welcome. I love that icon. That's amazing. Right. Number 3. I don't get distracted easily at all. This is one I don't particularly like that much. I drank a good amount. I think I gave some to my dad, actually. Tyrconnell. This is the sherry cask finish. This one's actually 46%. So this is the highest one out of the lineup here. And that's why I have it last. But something about this one's funky. I don't know if it's the single malt, the 10 years, or what. But there's this bizarre sort of funk with this thing for me. That's what I remember the most. It was like, whoa. That's not the Irish I'm used to. What is happening here? I know they have 2 others, and that's thanks to the Whiskey Dictionary. He had a little sample last weekend, recently, on a stream. I think he had the lineup, and he got to sample all 3. And I think he liked this one like second. Don't quote me again. I don't remember. But it was nice to see that. Knowing they have other options, I'm a little curious, but considering the first one I got, I'm a little leery as well. And the Whiskey Dictionary also had that. He was excited about one of them, and it was like, or something. So, whoa, whatever. I say whatever too much. I shouldn't do that. It's dismissive. It's not nice. The pollen. Do you have allergies? That would suck. Let's see if I can situate myself here so I stop creaking the chair so much. Oh, yay. 'Tis the season. That time of year. The spring is sprunging. It's happening. Spring is almost here. It was 60 degrees here today in the New England area. It was lovely. I had the window open for part of the day. And of course, since I did, there was someone in the nearby area moving stuff, smoking cigarettes, something. There's one of those. And if you're not aware, there's a giant window here that goes from, it's about, what is that? 8 feet, 10 feet, 10 feet? It's a big window. I don't know how the apartment complex deals with it. I live in an old mill building, so these windows are huge, and they're blocked off because I'm on the first floor, and I don't want people peeking in here because that would be awkward. And there are actually little children that sometimes play in this courtyard. So, to the whiskey. Man, I'm rambling. I'm reading. If I stop talking, suddenly I'm reading. Oh. I'm curious. First one, West Cork. Boom. Just a little bit because it's a busy evening. If you're unaware, I imagine everyone here knows that Trev here is going live tonight, and he's going to be. Good luck, Trev. Have fun with tonight. You're a busy guy this evening with all the madness that you are doing. I hope your liver is prepared. Mine never is. I actually haven't eaten since, well, my stomach just made a noise. So it's been a while. 1? Maybe 2? I'll say 1. And it's now, what, 6 something? Yeah. It's been 5 hours-ish. I should have eaten beforehand, but for whatever reason, today's stream kind of snuck up on me. I was like, oh, shoot, it's like an hour-ish. Well, that was good. An hour-ish until the stream starts, and I'm not ready at all. And as with my streams, I was just, I don't know what it is. I think it's just like the unprofessional that I am. You know, I know I should do something with whiskey at every stream. If it's just drinking whiskey, that's nice. But it feels like I should do a flight every time. And that's a lot of dishes to clean. I don't like that. But yeah, panicky. Notice how there's no cork pop with that? Because it's a replacement. This is still tighter than the one I had in there before. That was loose as hell. So I'm a little concerned about how much it might have changed this thing. But this is at least a little tighter. Because the one I had before, like if I did that, it would come right off. This one's a little bit better, thankfully. I hope that's not heard on the mic, but it might be. A little grumbling of my stomach. Indicating I should have eaten but didn't because panic. Oh, no, because I had to advertise. I had the internet. I had the social media. Let people know this is happening. Yeah. So I'd say to that. That's so distracting. And so I don't even know if people see it. I hope some people do. I know you might have. Maybe that's why you're here. If so, thank you. It makes this so much better if people came here through something I posted because I have to do all of them. The Twitter, the Facebook, the Instagram, Discord, all that kind of stuff. It's madness. As always, with Whiskey Streams, I want to know what's in your glass. Let me know. If nothing, that's fine too. Tell me what you're drinking. Tea, water, orange juice, whatever. That's the whole point. We're here to have a drink. Doesn't matter what it is. There you go. Let's all go. Let's go. Look what you've done. Now we're all going to just show up in your backyard. That might be fun if it weren't for current situations. I think a lot of us actually miss doing that kind of thing, going to a friend's or meeting up at a bar. Oh, I miss whiskey bars so much. I only go to a couple in my area, but oh my gosh, did I not realize how much I enjoyed just being able to go there until suddenly that's not an option. Dear Jonty, welcome. Water is the best thing you should drink. Believe it or not, even though this stuff is the water of life, water itself is what you should be drinking all the time. Oh no, look what you've done. Errands? I think you're going to Fred's house. Can't fool me. All right. Let's cap some of these because that's what you should do when you're doing this, apparently. There. Capped. Professional. No. And I have the Whizzky app up because I have reviewed all of these, I think. I have. Yeah, they're all open, so I must have. It's my little rule for myself. Makes it easier to keep track of stuff. If it's open and I've drank some of it, I probably reviewed it. The problem is, believe it or not, before I started doing Whiskey Tube stuff, I drank a lot of like random whiskeys. This is Whiskey Tribe's fault, by the way. Whiskey Vault, Whiskey Tribe. I was like their early reviews. If there was a bottle they got really excited about or a bottle that I was just interested in, I would go get it and I would drink it. And I wouldn't review it at all. I'd just try it. And eventually I was like, well, why don't you record every time you do that? Because then you can, go back and check and see what you thought. I don't do the notepad thing. I'm too easily distracted. If you haven't noticed, I'm one of those. It's hard for me to keep track of things in social situations. Thank you, Cheech. Enjoy your errand. I hope it's nothing too crazy. This is the time of day when I don't want to be out much. I'm doing that thing where my brain is like, you should have done this thing today, by the way. And I go, yes, I should have. I forgot. I could do it after the stream. Probably not the best idea. And honestly, I'm not even sure if the place I was going to go is open. Hold on. Let's do something that I should have done ages ago while on stream. That's always helpful. Oh, DC, welcome. Welcome. Well, I agree. I tried Monkey Shoulder and it was just, I still have the bottle, oddly enough. I still have the empty bottle of Monkey Shoulder because that was a little introduction into Scotch. It was highly recommended by them, mostly. And I tried it and didn't like it. Tried it again. God, it must have been a year ago. Oh, wow, time. Anyway, I tried it at this is how I know it was a while ago, because it was a whiskey tasting thing in a nearby liquor store. And I remember trying it again there, and I was like, okay, it's not as bad as I remember it, but it's still not something I would buy a bottle of. I'm fairly certain I used it as a mixer when I bought the bottle, and I finished it like that, because otherwise, well, not a fan. Sorry, monkey shoulder. I like the little monkey thing, though. Little monkey thing that's on the bottle. That's pretty neat. Ah! Oh, man, I hope you are prepared. It's not for everyone, but, some people like it. Again, it was fine as a mixer, but just as a straight up thing, there's something about it. I actually, that's not a good thing when my brain instantly goes, you could buy a bottle again and do a review and then see what you didn't like. I was like, why would I do that? Then I'd have a whole bottle of something I don't like. I wish I could get a sample of it. Like if I could find a tiny monkey shoulder, I know they don't exist probably. I'd do that. That'd be cool. 1 to 2 feet of snow. That sounds crazy. Just because, in New England right now, in Rhode Island, it was 60 degrees today. Right now, it's like, what? I don't know why I'm looking at my watch. It doesn't tell me anything. And I can look at my phone, but that'll just confuse everyone here. Hang on. I want to confuse everyone here. Hold on. No Instagram. Why is that open? Stop. Phone, knock it off. It's 10 degrees Celsius here. No one knows what that is. I don't even know what that is. 50-ish, 58, 55, 22, what? 55. Hey, Fahrenheit. And we have a winter weather warning. Not a winter weather warning. Fire weather warning. And high winds. Fun. Other horrible things are happening in the weather. There you go. Road trip. I actually wanted to do so much last year. I've talked about this before. Co-op whiskey. Hello. That's fine. You're here now. As long as everyone's here, when they can be here, it's cool. I don't expect a whole slew of people to be here at the start yet. Someday, maybe. There's the constant pessimist in my head right there. Someone here said, it was probably Richie Z, who is convinced I'm going to get 1,000 subscribers this year. I'm a skeptic, but there's the part of my brain that it's factual. It's like, well, you've gotten this many subscribers since this time, and that's a good deal more than you ever expected. So, we got to 300 recently. We're starting to climb to 350. Then there's 400 after that. Eventually, we get to 500. It's halfway there. We'll see. Again, it's so nice to have you all here. I still am boggled by people showing up for this, but I'm glad you do, because it keeps me out of trouble. There you go. Go south. Oddly enough, I'm not a fan of going south during the spring and the summer. I am one who would like to travel south during the autumn and the winter. Although Texas had an interesting winter, I'll say that. All right, I'll get into the whiskey stuff. First, I'm going to look up West Cork. I would give my notes, but since there's a video of it, I'll say, you can check the video out. I'll even pretend that I'm going to put the thing up there for at least one of these. Can I do all three? 19 minutes in? I'm only holding my hand here so I can figure this out later. And also, I forgot what I was doing with my CVS thing. I should have gone to CVS earlier, since I got off track there. There is my reminder. I'm going to forget what that is about. 19 minutes in, I'm supposed to put a thing up there. We'll see if I do. I don't even know who watches the replays. Someone does. I hope. Here we go to West Cork. It's nice. Irish whiskey, a little fruity. That might be the bourbon cask thing. There's something in there I don't like. And I mentioned this in today's video, oddly enough. There was a video about Tullamore Dew that came out today. Surprise, surprise. Since, St. Patrick's Day is coming up, I thought, well, a bunch of Irish whiskey was donated recently. I should probably review it before that holiday and ride that roller coaster, as they say. But I did say, and I have said, I think, there is this metallic tang kind of thing. I call it a tang. I don't know what else to call it. Shiny, maybe? That's usually a word some people use. But it's off-putting, and it's usually found in Irish whiskey for me. I imagine it's because of someone else told me this once, and it's one of the few things I remember about the whiskey. But in this one specifically, a blend of the finest hand-selected grain and malt whiskeys. So I imagine something about that. I know grain alcohol is a thing, so I'm not exactly sure what they mean. It's confusing. But when people say grain alcohol, my brain kind of goes, what does that mean? Is that, but yeah, like I said, there's this weird metallic, shiny, strange thing that goes through this. And I've gotten it in numerous Irish whiskeys, and it's not something I like. Oddly enough, this has this has such a weird smell. Here, you smell. If only. It is off-putting to me, which is unfortunate. But it does make this an uncommon Irish whiskey. Like there's this, as many of you know, Irish whiskey has a very default sort of thing that goes through most Irish whiskeys you try. Even with Tullamore Dew I say last night, but for the video today, Tullamore Dew had that basic, bready Irish, buttery loveliness. I might even pour some because I like it. If I finish one of these, I might pour it at the end. Let's see. It's 4 whiskeys in 2 hours. It's a wonderful idea, especially if I want to do errands. I probably won't. I've convinced myself the place will close. So it is. There's like this weird fruitiness and that bizarre smell. It kind of. It's something I haven't said in a while, but there is a funk to this one. And I have a feeling that's because it's a malt. I think one of these streams that I've done, someone mentioned, and this is usually with scotches, that there can be a malt funkiness. I don't know if that's something I'm getting from the Irish whiskey and the Scotch whiskey, but I always equate it to kind of like a cellar thing, or kind of mossy or mushroom, or I've said different things, and there's never something that just feels like I hit it right on. Salted butter with aluminum. Yeah. Aluminum is a good word for it. I usually just say metallic-y tang, or the latest thing is shiny, which, again, that doesn't make sense for a smell, but when I say it, it kind of makes sense. I like the salted butter thing, though. That's nice. I'll have to keep that in mind for stuff. I use salted butter all the time, and I think I said that for today's video. It was buttery. It was good. Tullamore Dew was pretty good. And, of course, it's a super rare bottle because Red Sox and such. If you didn't watch it, well, you don't know yet. But if you did, thanks. Again, it's still fairly new, and it's always a kind of a crapshoot how many people see stuff like the videos I make, because, I'm a super popular YouTuber, as you all know. I could keep smelling this for a very long time. That's the thing with the videos I do. I actually end up just sitting like this, doing this exact thing for an extended amount of time, and then I realize I'm recording. And it's like, oh yeah, I should probably say something. But we're going to look this one up because I'm getting that weird metallic tang and kind of a strangeness. I can't quite fix the word on it, but see what the internet says, as always. West Cork. Bourbon cask. Here's the thing I should also mention, that I've always thought about doing something different for Sundays. Like, it's Sample Sunday, but because it's a Sunday and because it's bourbon night goes on after I go on, I always feel like I have to do something bourbonish for Sundays. And usually that's a flight or at least samples. And I actually have a bunch of stuff for Chattanooga. Still haven't tried it. Still have a whole bunch of samples. Still have a whole bottle. It's wonderful. I have so much Chattanooga. I've never tried any of it. and there's so many different varieties. I have to figure out what I want to do with that. I have a feeling I'm going to do a lineup. Like I'll have a sample, much like what I'm doing now, just a flight of a few of them. But I want to try the first big bottle I have of it. And I'm debating whether I'm going to do that this month or next month. Probably this month. I mean, I'm doing a bunch of Irish stuff. And I am going to give a Q&A thing here. Maybe I should do some. I don't even know if I can do that. I know with Patreon, there's a thing you can, ask people, do you want this, this, or this? Or what do you prefer, this, this, or this? And I have 3 bottles. And I think I'm going to do, since I don't want to do a video tomorrow for reasons, but I think I'm going to do one Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then I have my special bottle for Wednesday, which, spoiler alert, it's going to be Redbreast 12 cask strength, and I'm going to love it. Spoilers, but the other 3 I've never had, or at least I don't remember having. And I want to kind of take a general consensus of what you want to see first, what you want to see second, what you want to see, something like that. We'll just say what you want to pick for Saturday, what you want to see. And again, it's 3 of them. One of them I was actually going to do for Wednesday until I got the Redbreast 12 cask strength recently, thanks to Mash and Drum and his video. It made me panic, thinking I could never get Redbreast 12 cask strength again. Thanks for that. I mean, really, thanks for that. And I have a bottle of it. Ugh. Is that for the Chattanooga? Because that's what I have a whole bottle of. And I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, it's more than 2 shows. It's more than 2 shows. It's like what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 in each bag, and there are 2 bags, so there's 10 Chattanooga samples, plus the bottle that I haven't opened yet. It's a little bonkers. I love it though. Right. But yeah, West Cork. Who's distractible? Not me. Not at all. All right, here we go. Malt. Sorry, easily distracted. So West Cork goes for about $25, 27-ish technically from what this says. And the nose profile for the community is spicy, nutty, brown sugar, malt, and butterscotch. Butterscotch, huh? I'll get that. Scott Moody, cheers. Welcome. Schwelcome. Oh, I hope not. I don't expect it. I'm really looking forward to all of those, but it's one of those, do I try them on a stream? Do I do, I mean, if I do each sample as its own video, which I'm probably not going to do, that's 10 videos, and that's, as soon as I start thinking about how much content I have to create, I start to get in panic mode. My brain just goes, go, start to panic. Not really. I've had panic attacks before. They don't have a reason to show up. They just arrive, and suddenly everything is horrible. If you've never had one, good. They're not fun to have, I promise. Yeah, that's the main thought, is that's a lot of editing. And if you've seen my videos, it's, the editing stuff is kind of basic. It's mostly just jump cuts, because that's all I can manage. I know there's a whole bunch of editing stuff out there and video stuff out there that I just can't do, or, it doesn't feel right. I could do it, but it would, feels like it ties the whole thing down. I like to do the, what I like to call the Ralphie approach to video stuff. Usually his are just one shoot, I think, unedited. Just he records it and then, puts it up there. But for mine, it's similar, where I just do like one straight up recording of my initial feelings with the whiskey. And then I just edit out all the blips, like where I just get confused, or I start doing this forever. Or if I do something funny. If you watch the video on Wednesday, there's this one little blip in there where I just do something weird. And I thought it was hilarious, so I left it in there. If you saw the video, it's in the middle somewhere, I think. But it was very, very random. And it definitely made me chuckle when I was editing, so I kept it. Very unprofessional, of course. It was me just clearing my throat. I was going, but it was much more amusing. Right. Still smelling. Really? It's been 30 minutes already and I'm still number 1? Okay. Let's speed this up a little, I guess. Ugh, no. That doesn't that doesn't taste more like I remember it at all. There is a grain alcohol taste to it, which I don't particularly like. But again, initial sip. Also, the bottle's half empty. That might have changed things a little. The cork's on there fine. But yeah, not my favorite Irish whiskey. Actually, spoiler. West Cork and Tyrconnell, I don't particularly like. That's kind of why I put Redbreast 12 in the middle. I was hoping it tastes a little better, but weirdly enough, the West Cork tastes a little worse to me. Again, it might be perfectly fine for other people. You may like it. It may be your favorite. I don't know. My personal opinion, that's it. For the taste on this, yeah, I got grain alcohol almost immediately. It didn't burn going down, though. That's a plus. I'm going to hold it on my tongue because I want to give this a full 100% chance if I like it or not. I probably liked it okay for the video I did whenever I did that because I don't remember. No, that weird smell is also on the taste. So of course I don't like that. What it is though, I'm not sure. Like in the smell thing, it says malt, and that might be it. But I have no solid definition of malt in my head. But I know there's a weird funkiness that supposedly is equated to malt that I'm not a fan of. And as where is it? As DC said, salted butter and aluminum. I would lean towards the aluminum smell / taste, if you even know what aluminum smells like. But yeah, I can imagine that. Or tin, or just this weird metallic-y thing, which I think is either because of malt or grain alcohol. Again, I don't know, but sounds good. Sounds about right, right? Yes, no, maybe, kind of. Okay. Flavor profile for the community, that doesn't tell me anything. It says sweet and spicy. No, there's so much more than that. Finish? For this finish, there's something interesting. Community profile stuff, anyway. Medicinal, oak, and spicy for the finish. Medicinal, I would kind of put in there as yeah. If I think about it long enough, it almost has that hospital-ish smell. If you've ever been in a hospital, you know, there's kind of this weird disinfectant / alcohol clean-ish thing going on in there. I don't know what it is. Must be something about the cleaning stuff they use that kind of permeates the air. But I kind of get that in here. It's a little sweeter. It's a little fruitier kind of smell, even though it's that aluminum medicinal kind of weirdness thing. I like the word medicinal, though. That works for me. I can also start to think of certain cough syrups where it's a little fruity, but there's that weird taste to it that makes it medicine, I guess. Hell, it could be the alcohol in some of that stuff. Who knows? But again, as I've been told and as I've been defaulting to, it's either a malt thing or a grain alcohol thing, I think. On to the official notes for this one. Yeah. Oh, it didn't show the color, but you know, it's pretty clear, honestly. It's only got like a hint of yellow to it. Look at it. Beauty. It says light oak for the color. Okay. Official nose on this is malt, slight citrus, cracked pepper. Very slight citrus. There's some kind of fruit note, but what it is, I'm not sure. There you go. Jacob Enrique is welcome. I think you were here from the start. I can't keep track of how many people show up. That's starting to be a problem. I don't even want to think about like if a lot of people were in here, like 50 or 100 or something like that. Oh, I couldn't keep up. Old school brown Lysol concentrate smell. Yeah, is that about the hospitals? Because I can understand that. But it does smell like there's some kind of bizarre cleaning fluid in here. I don't know if I'd say citrus. Whoops. But whatever's. That's the official nose. The official nose is malt, sliced citrus, and cracked pepper. Did I say that? Oh boy, it's one of those nights. Malt again. That's one of the Bourbon. Welcome. Epic mustache detected. Yeah, well, we do what we can. Honestly, as I always say when someone points out the mustache, I do what I can with it, but it constantly pisses me off. Like this part is just leaning forward a little, and it drives me crazy because I can see it in my face. Ah, someday soon, once we don't have to wear masks again, like every day, everywhere we go, I will be getting the fancified mustache stuff and maybe some better waxy stuff because the stuff I use is actual mustache wax. That's not my jam. If I had like a paste or something that was waxish, that would be easier to deal with. Ugh. What brand do I use? I think the one I have is like Woodchuck or something like that. It's like an actual wax in a thing, and it's you have to scrape it off with your nail and stick it on your fingers, and it works. I mean, it's staying like this clearly, but I'm not a huge fan. I'd rather use something that's in a tube that's a little more pliable, I guess, instead of being so straight up wax. But again, I'm no expert. This is all done by my un amateurish hands, I guess, with the mustacheness. I'll start to look up some YouTube videos about it. Who knows? I probably have already once upon a time, but there's so much more that can be done with it to make it so fancy, but I can just do that. And again, it still manages to piss me off. Gorilla Glue. Yes, let's do Gorilla Glue barn door. That's brilliant. Why didn't I think of that? I know what you're referencing, though. That happened. Woot woot. Yeah, as I said in my Instagram thing, it's an excuse to drink early, if nothing else. Usually I like to think people just finished dinner or something and they're showing up and they're like, oh, sure, I'll have a drink. Why not? All right, let's go on to what I'm going to like, and I know I'm going to like it. And I don't even want to give tasting notes because it's what I like, and again, there's a video of it, so we'll default. Before I forget, there is an official blurb. I'll give you that. West Cork Irish Whiskey, bourbon cask, 40% ABV, 80 proof, is a blended Irish whiskey containing 75% grain Irish whiskey and 25% malt Irish whiskey, patiently matured in first fill bourbon cask to deliver a smooth, subtle, and quintessential Irish whiskey. They used a lot of words there that don't mean much. Smooth, subtle, and quintessential. Whatever that means to you that's what it means to you. To me, it's kind of like, huh? But okay, it's not bad. There are some West Cork products I like. When I did officially try a few of these a year ago, I think, me and my brother, here's a story. We went to a bar, an Irish pub kind of place. They have a whole bunch of whiskey there. I miss going there, but it's a place called Buskers in Newport, Rhode Island. If you ever happen to go to Newport, Rhode Island, it's a lovely place. Irish foodstuffs and lots of whiskey from all over the place. If you ever go to Newport, Rhode Island, and if you do, it's a great little touristy place. If you like quiet by the sea kind of stuff, lots of tourists in the summer though. Keep that in mind. But Buskers is a wonderful place. They have a huge whiskey selection, and they do have West Cork there. And me and my parents and my brother were there. My brother was there for work, like to promote the West Cork stuff, and they had a variety of different kinds. I think they even had like a peat bog kind of thing, which I liked. I dug that. But again, it was a year ago, and that was before things went to hell. So, yeah, it's worth trying out the variety of West Cork stuff, I'd say. This one, for whatever reason, not a huge fan. I'm going to mix these together at the end, too, and that's going to be interesting because these two Irish ones, the West Cork and the Tyrconnell, they're not my favorite. But this one here, the Redbreast 12s, oh my goodness, yes. That's so much better. It's sweet, it's fruity. There's something different about it, though. I don't know if this is because it was capped or because I just had the West Cork. Something is different. It does have that fruit note, as always. What fruit it is, I'm not quite sure. It's nice, though. It's so nice. Just live in this glass. Red Breast 12 is so good. If you've never had it, you should buy a bottle, or at least sample it at a place where you can get it someday. Again, I keep forgetting that I can't really recommend going out to a bar or restaurant these days, because you probably shouldn't go to one yet. Give it time. Hopefully by May 1st, we can all go back to doing things that we like doing again and socializing, but we'll see. Red Breast 12. I got to search this one now. I know I really enjoy this. I've said it. There's a video again, but still very good. But I have a feeling because I drank the West Cork, this one tastes a little different. I could almost taste that aluminum metallic thing we've been talking about in the Red Breast 12. I hope that's just because of the, lineup here, one after the other. I think I sipped water. I don't remember. But yes, Red Breast 12. See what it says. See if you agree or disagree. Let me know. Yes, that is the rumor. Honestly, my mom and father have gotten their first shots. My brother, I think, got his first shot too, because he works in the distribution liquor industry, as I said. I have not. So I can't do anything yet. I try not to go out much. If I do, I have a mask on with a filter in it. We do what we can these days. Yeah. Okay. There is, I don't know why I keep getting this weird fruitiness off Irish whiskeys, at least these Irish whiskeys. Huh. Average price paid for Red Breast 12 right now is almost $60. What? No, bad. No like. No like. Go back down to 50. 50 was a lot in my book. 60 is out of my range, pretty much. Well out of my range. Again, we equate everything I get to a bottle of Wild Turkey. Wild Turkey 101, which to me is $25-ish. I could probably find it for less in the area, but I haven't tried. I probably could find it for more also, so there's that. But the nose profile community notes for this is vanilla, honey, caramel. Not wrong. Vanilla and honey is in there. And I'm still trying to figure out what that strange little fruit note is. Ow. Ugh. Stop reminding me I'm hungry, stomach. No. Ugh. Things are happening. E.T. Bottled and Bond. I should know what that is. Tell me. I'm getting stupefied here. I have a few bottled and bond. I did a bottle and bond recently, a video. Was that last week or the week before? I don't remember. Early times, yes, I do. Whoa. I was like, why? Yes. Actually, I did a review on it last week. It is. I've been enjoying it, honestly. It's actually a nice daily sipper. It's starting to, depending on the price, it could be something I kind of dig as far as the Wild Turkey goes. Like if it's less than Wild Turkey, it's like, oh, maybe. But there's something about Wild Turkey 101 that I really like. I haven't done an official lineup with stuff like that yet, where I do some high pro stuff back to back, but I might have to do that at some point. Yeah. Bourbon, I definitely do. I drank the whole thing. But yeah, it took me a minute to be like E.T. because I thought Evan Williams, what? BS Early Time with Baltimore right here. And that's how much I've drank since I reviewed it, which was last week. It's become like a nightly sipper kind of deal. But again, I don't have Red Breast 12 at the moment. Red Breast 12. Wow. My brain. I'm drinking Red Breast 12. Wild Turkey 101. I'll probably buy a bottle of that soon because I just like having it. And I drink it fairly quickly and easily. Granted, I have so much whiskey, but there's something about having that one you like all the time. I don't know what it is. You put it on the rocks, you have it at night, you can drink it for hours. It's lovely stuff. And I blame It's Bourbon Night for that one. They got me into the wild turkey, and especially the rare breed. Oh my goodness. I miss having that one. I only had it for a little while. Ooh, that's a pretty good deal. But that's $1 more than what I can get Wild Turkey 101 for. We'll see. There's also the Chattanooga, which is up there. I think it's more than, it was 55%, I think. Looking forward to that one, just because of that, if nothing else. And because I've never had Chattanooga. Okay, the flavor of this one, Redbreast Well stuff, this is not a good one. This is not a, the community notes here are not as helpful as I want them to be. I usually want, when I do the whiskey thing, the app down below, etc. Shush. I would love to see more than like 5 flavor things or nosing things, but this one only has 3, and they are the default almost: spicy, vanilla, caramel. I don't find Redbreast to be very spicy, but some people do. That's lovely. I've been saying lovely a lot lately. Good. I've had this Kentucky Spirit once, and I think that was, that was just before New Year's in 2019. The only reason I remember that, of course, is because I was sitting at a bar at a casino, which is, 2 miles away from me, if that, which I haven't been to since then, I think, because you know why, 2020, it did its thing. And I saw it on the shelf. I saw the little turkey bottle, the turkey feathered looking bottle, which I think is what you're talking about. And I got a sample of it. When I was getting friendly with the bartender there, he gave me a decent sized pour, nothing crazy, but it was, it was good. I enjoyed it. I took a picture of myself, I think. Oh, true. True. Is this leader? Hold on. I got to check now. It's not that I disbelieve you. It's just that, I'm not even sure what it is. 1 liter. 26, 1 liter. 25, 1 liter. Here's the terrible fact, though. Ooh, clang, sorry. The horrible truth is that I don't buy a bottle of Wild Turkey 101. I buy a handle of Wild Turkey 101 because I drink that much of it that quickly. That's probably a bad thing, but it's a favorite of mine. I can't help it. Oh, Elijah Craig barrel proof. I haven't had that yet. Or if I have, it was probably a sample and I don't remember. I had the C920, B920, BABC. I had one of those special ones from a little while ago. I had a sample on a stream and I don't remember which one. That makes sense. I did enjoy it. I liked it. Yes, it's. I think it was the B520 or C something. I can never remember. Stop it, stomach. I can never remember the exact coding, but there was a stream like this where I had a sample of it and it was very good. I loved it, and I drank all of it, of course. But I do have an Elijah Craig pick back here, which I think I showed last time. It's not barrel proof. Where'd it go? Really? It's not barrel proof, but it's just like a barrel pick kind of thing for a store. They do that kind of thing. And it is 47, so it's not a 50 something plus, which I think the barrel proofs are. So I think I have yet to have it. But again, I'm not sure. C920. I think it was C920. Maybe it was B520. I can't remember. I might be hungry. Good grief. I hope that picked up on the mic. That was glorious. Yeah. I found out a little while ago. I think we went over this on stream. I don't remember. My memory's so bad. But yeah, batch letter, month, year. I knew that, but since I can't even remember when that was said, I'm not going to remember exactly what it meant. I know C is like, I know the ABC thing is for the time of year, because they have like chunks. It's like quarterly, maybe A, B, C, D, or is it just A, B, C? And then there's a number. It's like, oh, well, okay. Finish on the Redbreast 12, by the way, if anyone's curious. Just as bad as the other thing. It's just spicy, vanilla, and oak. I don't find this very spicy at all. I find bourbons to be kind of spicy and higher proof stuff to be, Yes, sorry for that. It's still doing it. Again, I didn't eat before this, and that was a mistake. My stomach is always very grumbly when I don't eat for like 6 hours. Whoa! Yeah. Again, because the mental health issues and you forget to do the simple things. Like I had breakfast, and it was good. It was like a bagel and cheese thing, but that was at like 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. And now it's closing in on 7, and my stomach's a little pissed off that I didn't eat beforehand, which I should have done, but I didn't because, as I said at the beginning of this, time kind of slipped away from me, and suddenly it was almost 5 o'clock, and panic set in. Eating became an option for later. I will eat something after the stream because, again, I'm going through a good amount of whiskey here. So, all right, here we go. Redbreast 12. We're closing in on the end of the hour, so I want to try and get the samples out of the way. Again, I have no idea how other whiskey tubers get a flight done in an hour, and then they're like, okay, we're done. I have 2 hours set aside because I'm not going to get it done. I ramble too much and get distracted too easily. It's just me. And thankfully, some people find that entertaining. Thank you for that, because welcome to my chaotic life. I did that a lot, Lava Man, believe it or not. 2019, I would often fast, so I wouldn't eat much. Usually I'd have a coffee. I'm a little spazzy today because I got a digital coupon from Starbucks, and I decided to be bonkers, and I got 30 ounces. You can do this. A 30-ounce cold brew, Irish cream cold brew. And I drank all of that today. So I'm going to be up all night, probably. I'm going to be up all night anyway. Whiskey Samurai, welcome. We were just talking about Chattanooga. 9:30. Why? It's Friday. Tell them you're sick. Tell them you're not allowed to work past 5 o'clock on Fridays. Otherwise, you pass out or something. That usually works. So, color, of the Redbreast 12. Only a little in there now because I only poured a little. Shut up, stomach. Official nose. The nose is nutty and rich, is it? Notes of dried peels and spice and oily notes and cut fruits. So there's a fruity thing. Good. Supposedly, officially, as I like to say. Official taste. Palate is spice and of good body. And of good body. I like that. There are notes of nuts and citrus and the peel of juice thereof. There are hints of marzipan and dried peels and hint of sherry. And it's marzipan. I'm not sure what marzipan is. If you want to enlighten me, do tell, because I always have to say marzipan. Right? That's what I was thinking, love, man. Freaking what? Is that allowed? Is that legal? When did you get into work? Oh, there you go. I'm sure you will have some Chattanooga. Or something. Anything. Maybe some Irish. That's what we're doing tonight. Because March and St. Patrick's Day. I always feel weird like playing into the whiskey stuff for the month or something's happening. I always feel a little weird doing it, but if you're a whiskey tuber, you're supposed to do that. It's like a rule, an unwritten rule. March comes in and it's Irish everything. Shut up. God. This is an interesting stream for anyone watching. It's ASMR of my stomach going. Also doesn't help that the mic is like right here. You can see the top of it, which you shouldn't see. But yes, it's, within a foot pretty much of my stomach. So enjoy. I'm going to make a video on my grumbly stomach ASMRing. Yeah, why not? And the official finish, before I completely forget and get off track. Finish, and the reason I'm doing this is because I have 3 bottles right here in the way of my other screen. Official finish. The finish is long and creamy with custard and spice. Oh, that's lovely. Custard and spice. Yes, ride the waves indeed. All right. So that is the Redbreast 12. I really like it. Oddly enough, I think it's just me, and I do this to myself constantly. I'll hype up a whiskey a good amount, and then I'll try it, and it's like, oh, well, it's good, but I was so ready for it to be like amazing. And I did that with the Redbreast 15 in particular. I bought the bottle of it, and I didn't drink it for a while, and I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be so good. And then I tried it, and it was a letdown. I had hyped myself up too hard. I was expecting so much out of it. It was just like, oh, it's kind of like the 12, but stupidly more expensive. So, okay. 3 years isn't much, but of course, they can jack up the price real good. And I have tried the 21, thanks to a sample that was donated. It was it was amazing, actually. It was a whole different thing. I don't know what it is about the years that make it so much fruitier and so much more floral, but it was astounding. The 27 is on the list, I think. The Dream Cask is out there somewhere. And there's a 10-year out near. Yeah, 10-year out now. Put it there. So enjoy trying to get one of those. Yeah, it does make blinds more interesting if you don't know what it is. But I can't do that unless no, there's no easy way for me to do it because I live by myself and there's no one in this. Well, we'll see. We'll think about it. There's one person I know, but my apartment's a mess and I don't want people coming in here, to be honest. But it's like him or maybe my mom or my dad, maybe if they stop by, they could pick out random whiskeys and put them aside for me. But it's too complicated. Like someone else would have to show up and do a bunch of stuff and blah. It's an option. People can send me a blind flight. So that's on you if you want to do that. And we have, you just have to have a piece of paper, fold it up saying, don't open this. Shut up, stomach. But I've only done that once so far. It's an option. Maybe other whiskey tubers would send me samples. Who knows? I haven't asked. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, that's an option. But again, I'm so swamped with whiskey, I hate asking. You don't want to be like, well, part of me wants to ask. There's the mooch part of me that's like, give me whiskey. I want to have all the whiskey. Give it now. There's that part. And then the other part of me that's like, oh my gosh, people are sending me whiskey. I don't know how to deal with that. I don't. It's like, oh my gosh, this is my life right now. What a wonderful problem to have. I have too much whiskey from people who have donated whiskey to me because I do this. It's like a dream. It's a weird dream, but it's a dream. Okay. We're approaching on the hour mark, and I usually want to try to get the sample stuff, flight stuff done within an hour. Again, how other channels do this, I don't know. Tyrconnell. Something to do with horses. It was a racing thing. We poured it. It's in the glass. It's capped. Cheers, Mr. Whiskey Shits. Welcome. I have to get used to seeing whiskey musings. Still not something I'm used to. Oh, dog. Yeah, I mean, that's the idea at some point. I do have a number of different, empty sample bottles now. And it's like, what do I do with these? They're empty. I've cleaned them. I put them through the dishwasher. They're fine. I could reuse them. I have a label maker. It's out there, but my anxiety-ridden brain is suddenly like, oh, that means you have a responsibility, and people are depending on you, and they're gonna want you to do things, and you could fail them, and they'll hate you forever. That kind of thing. I'm going to do a test. My plan right now is to do a test run with sending out samples that are to be hand delivered. I don't know why I'm doing this. Hand delivered. There's a friend of mine, a good friend of mine who I've mentioned before. His name is Greg. He lives in Missouri. I had to think about that because he's lived in a couple of states. I think he lived in Illinois before that, but he lives in Missouri. He's married. He has a 1-year-old child who just turned 1 year a few days ago, I think. But he likes some whiskey. I'm trying to get him into whiskey a bit. except he had the experience that some of you have had where early on someone was like, here, try this. And you take a shot of it and it's peated scotch. And you'd been drinking a lot that night and you really didn't like that and you got sick. That's the scenario he had. A friend gave him some peated scotch with no warning whatsoever. And ever since then, he's had an aversion to whiskey and he's also had an aversion to scotch. But at some point, I'm going to try to give him some, non-peated stuff. And hopefully he'll at least appreciate that there is a variety of different whiskeys out there. But again, for the moment, I think I'll send him just bourbons and Irish to play it safe. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. Hand delivery is a tricky business. And no one likes breaking bottles on that process. So we'll see. Until then, we'll see. Oh, you know what I didn't do? The thing I was supposed to do at the beginning, which I forgot. We run on your donations. Feel free to buy me a dram. Feel free to, send bottle donation money, whatever. Again, asking for money feels like the weirdest thing, but it is literally what is keeping this channel going. Granted, I have so much whiskey right now, but I'm also at the point where this is not enough room. That's an awesome problem to have. Yes, Glenmorangie is pretty easy. I was probably going to start with, I might do the one I like the sherry finished one that I liked, see how he digs that. Or maybe just start with the regular Glenmorangie 10. So many options. Again, it's a lot to think about. It seems like a simple thing, but when you suddenly realize you're trying to, wean someone into the whiskey stuff, it's shaky ground. It makes one a little nervous because if you send them one or two things they don't like, they're just gonna be like, I guess I don't like whiskey. The Sante, yes, that's it. The sherry finished one. Oh, I drink all of that. I still have the other 3 little sample bottles. I might have to polish those off at some point. I might just mix them all together. We'll see. Tyrconnell. We hit the 1 hour mark. Damn it. Tyrconnell sherry finish. Creaky chair, loud stomach. Those are the themes of the evening. Grief. Dante, thank you. You're amazing. Thank you for telling me. So I can at least say thank you back to you, because PayPal on my phone's a little weird. It actually doesn't notify me when I get one. And I feel awful when I stop the stream, look at my phone. It's like, oh, someone donated and I didn't even. You feel like a butt is the best way to put that, I guess. All right. Oh, good. I'm glad I checked this first. I cheated. I'm sorry. I panicked. Tyrconnell single malt Irish whiskey, 10 years, sherry cask. Right there. Oh, Waka. Was that vinegar? What was that? No. Yes? Vinegar or apple cider vinegar? That was weird. I didn't expect that. That was the first note I had right there. Was just strange vinegary thing, I think. And I haven't smelled vinegar in a hot minute, but I know that smell. No, gosh, that's it's not fun. Venmo? Do I have Venmo? Hang on. Do I? I might. Part of me is like, have all the options open just in case. Let me double check. I probably do. If not, sorry. Venmo. That's the thing. See, I have so many different apps on my phone these days, I can't even keep track. Oh, wait. Wrong thing. No. I don't think I do. Hold on. I have a number of different apps. I think one of them is my bank told me to get. Oh, wait, there it is. Ha! I have Venmo on my phone. Let me double check what it is, because I have no idea. Yeah, there's my name and everything. How do I show people what this is? Shiza. Yeah, this is the one where you can actually see what other people are doing. That was a little weird to me, but it's okay. Whoa. How do I do this? I have friends on here too. Good grief. No Venmo debit card? Awesome. Grumbly. I apologize. Okay, that's a little better. Yeah, that's a sherry thing, I guess. And the thing I was looking at says raisins. That was one of the first things I saw by accident. How do I? This is how often I use Venmo, which is never. I don't even know how to show how someone can actually send me something. Because it's going to be the question of the moment. Oh, do you need an at thing? Is that how simple it is? Like the at who it is? I have no idea how this works, to be perfectly honest. Although they are offering me a debit card, that's tempting. Very tempting. So here's the thing. I don't even look at Venmo stuff ever. It's like a username thing, right? Help me out, Miss Whiskey Shits, because I don't know. And I'll be happy to share it in chat. It's just that old, the name that you can actually see for my channel, which is like Lauren Soth, which is a character from a book that I read when I was a teenager. Hamburger menu. Hamburger. Yeah, my Venmo name is there. That much I know. But it's a random name. It's the Lauren Soth name. So it says this on there if you have Venmo. If that's how to find me. Let's see if this works. Oops. It's capital R, just in case. I guess I should change that to KIllco. Because again, if you actually look up the channel on here, it says like Lauren saw something, because that's just what I used early on. But I do have the official KIllco thing now, which is much better. Hamburger. Now I'm curious. Okay, 3. I don't see it. I have search, notifications, incomplete, purchases, Venmo debit card, offers, business profile, settings, and get help. Oh, I need help. Don't worry. There's also transfer balance and learn more. That's the credit card. Blah. Okay, I can do that. Of course, I'm doing that as someone's asking me for it. That's what it is at the moment. I'm about to change it just to mess with you. Oh, hey, there you go. Adam, thank you. Good grief. That was a good chunk right there. Yes. I guess I should push that. Patra. I should put that on here for other people to use. Now, thank you. Because now, 1, you've reminded me that I have one. And 2, that's another option for people who don't use the PayPal. It's something I've had for probably ever since it started. But having Venmo, too, is helpful, as we just found out. Glenn Morangi, 18. Oh, my gosh. I don't think I've ever had that. And if I have, I don't remember. But thank you for the donation. Mr. Whiskey Shits, you're amazing. At least I'm assuming that's you, because that would be a real weird scenario if I'm looking at my Venmo, which I don't use, and someone just sent me something. I'm assuming that's you. Right, so the Tyrconnell. I'll get to the end of this eventually, don't worry. But this, as far as the Whiskey Thing app says, nose profile is sherry and raisins, and I would kind of agree. Snyder cut? I'm confused. What is Snyder cut? Then I can answer your question, because I don't know if I'm excited about it. I could look it up. No, my stomach. Stop it. Stop it. Blah. All right. Whoa. Oh, that's weird. It's not bad. It doesn't taste like Irish whiskey to me. It's more familiar to like a Scotch. New Justice League film called The Snyder? Oh, The Snyder Cut. I'm curious. I don't think I've seen any of the Justice League stuff, honestly. I know I saw. I mean, I'm racking my comic book brain here. Hold on. Before I say anything, I have to verify what I'm thinking about. Ah, good. My brain is like, it's DC Comics, right? DC's asking me questions. I'm confused. Justice League is that Superman and Wonder Woman and stuff? Aquaman? I feel like it is, but there's the constant doubt in my mind that says you don't know anything and you're probably wrong. Enjoyable, I swear. I did see a Justice League movie. It was where like Batman and Superman were angry at each other for some reason, right? Whoa. Okay. Good. Yes. I know. I really like the Aquaman guy because Aquaman was getting some. How do I put this? Let's just say the Aquaman in the comic book was very different, and the old cartoon as well. This guy though, what was his name? Jason Momoa. That's a good Aquaman. He's an attractive man who lives in the ocean, apparently. Although I hear he cut his hair, cut his beard, or something like that. Whatever. And there's Superman and Wonder Woman and Batman and was it Flash? I actually used to watch the cartoon, Justice League cartoon, not the really old one. There was one in the middle that had like Batman Beyond? Hold on. No, Batman Return? The cartoon Batman. God dang. I used to watch Batman all the time as a kid, the cartoon. But which one was it? Dun, 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 dun. The music for the intro was always amazing. The Boys? I think I did. Whoa. All right. The Tyrconnell isn't terrible, but it drinks more like a scotch than an Irish to me. And actually, it's nice and fruity there. The sherry thing actually plays really good on it. But there's something about it I don't like. And again, I'm going to destroy my Redbreast on purpose when I mix all these together. I like to think I'm going to try to make it all better, but I could just make it worse. But we'll see. I'm thinking about comic books and movies. I'm getting so distracted. Always good to do, though, because comic books and movies about comic books are amazing. What was the Batman? It was just called like the Batman animated series, I think. That one was amazing. I watched all of that as a kid. And the Sandman? No. Was it Sandman? No, it wasn't Sandman. Clayface. They did in that. It was amazing. His story was awesome. Tim Evans, welcome. Cheers. Cheers to you. I'm going to have to try and add that Venmo thing at some point, although I should change the name because it doesn't really play well for the whole donation thing if you're donating to a character from a book I read when I was like 15 or something, or 14, whatever it was. Ages ago, days gone by, as they say, when I was just a lad, a boy really, if I learned the ways of men, and bitterness and sorrow and pain. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, Tyrconnell 10. Yeah, the notes aren't great for the community stuff. Sherry, custard, that's a decent note. And finished profile, sherry, cinnamon, stewed apples. Ah, that's right, stewed apples. That's an interesting one. That's right. Mark Hamill is the Joker. That was beautiful. Had no idea when I was a kid. I found that out when I was much older. And it was like, what? The Joker I loved from that was him? Disturbing, but awesome at the same time. And the voice of Batman from there is really good too. Rest you fine. Hi, welcome to the Whiskey Musings. That's the thing I have to say now. So this one, Tyrconnell, also color. A little darker than the other two. Kinda. I mean, I can do this to make it real easy. Can you tell? Tyrconnell is this one. Westcork is this one. It's pretty noticeable. noticeable color difference. Like this one definitely has sherry influence. It's got a little red tinge to it. Try to put those down quietly. So the official notes on Tyrconnell, I can still do this. Official nose, and again, I'm looking around the bottles here. That's why I'm having a problem. Strong on sherry with notes of juicy raisins, golden berries, just a hint of mint. And this is for the nose. I'm not getting mint at all. Sherry, yes, but again, I'm not sure what sherry smells like. And raisins, I would give it to. I don't know what golden berries are either. Official taste, authentic notes of wonderfully thick Fino sherry. Where is Eric Waite when I need him? Because he is the one to talk about whiskey stuff with. Not always whiskey stuff. He knows wine and whiskey. And I know next to nothing about wine other than I've had some. And it's pretty good. But I like whiskey more. Fino sherry. That's what I mean. I don't even know what sherry tastes like. Also hints of tart tannins and custard. I like the idea of custard. I really like custard, actually. I get, how's it called? My brain. Okay, what is the dessert you get that is like a custard stuff and they fire the top of it until it's all burnt? Not burnt, but caramelized, I should say. What is that? I get it all the time. Well, I don't get it all the time. I get it occasionally. It's really nice. And it's called... Yeah, I don't know. My brain only has room for so much things to think about at the moment. Something. Creme brulee. Thank you. God. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. That was wonderful. That was horrifying. That was great. Only on a live stream will it be like, I like this thing, and it's called... Only when you're doing a live stream. I probably would have known it right off the bat if I had not been streaming. But that is a favorite of mine. It's one of the few desserts I like to get. Super vanilla, rich and creamy, and oh my gosh. I don't even want to think about how many calories it is, though, and how much sugar. Whew. Right. So the Tyrconnell isn't as bad as I remember it. Not that I remember it being terrible. It was just surprisingly different for an Irish whiskey. And well, the official finish, before I forget, sherry with apple tart and cinnamon. So there you go. That is supposedly what that is like. There was a common theme through all these. Like sherry was said a lot. Apple was hinted at a few times. Oh my God, the top of it is amazing. That's what you want to keep. Like I'm one of those little picky people where, although I really like the creme brulee part, I have to try to get the crispy top with each bite. Like I don't want to just have like the custard left, which is fine, but I want that little bit of that top. Oh, so good. I don't want it burnt, almost. I like it really caramelized. It's good stuff. I'm very picky about my creme brulee, it seems. Right. So, it took me an hour and 18 minutes to get through all these, but we did. And now I got to put these back for one thing. Clanging noises incoming. Sorry. I'll just put a couple of them back because I just want to be able to see. And what's funny is, from my point of view, there's like a gaping hole in the middle of my whiskey stuff. From your point of view, you can't tell anything. And these are where all the Irish goes. That feels like it's in the wrong place now because it's so short. I had the box for a minute. No. See, I didn't know that. I would love to know how to make Japanese and Chinese cuisine, but I don't. One of my favorites and my go-to is General Chow's, TSO. General Chow's chicken. Oh my gosh, with pork fried rice. Wow. I love that stuff. It does not love me, though. That much salt or MSG or grease or whatever you want to call it. My stomach gets kind of angry sometimes. And it's also because I don't eat Chinese food on the regular. Like I haven't had Chinese food Probably in about a year, maybe less. There's a great Chinese food place nearby. Maybe I'll do that this weekend. We'll see. Again, my stomach might be kind of mad, and also it's a lot of food. They give you a whole, one of those whole things of it. It takes me 2 days to eat, and it's not as good when it's cold. I gotta say, I really like my General Chow's chicken and pork rib rice to be hot. I'll eat all of it. That's the problem. Oh, and it comes with an egg roll, a pork egg roll, I think. Oh God, the egg roll, so good. Okay, now here's the bit of mix and match, a little bit of whiskey. What's this called? What do I call this? Whiskey blasphemy, I guess. It's not. It's just blending, amateur blending. So we're mixing the Redbreast 12, just a little, because again, I drank most of that and I didn't pour a lot of it. The West Cork, which I poured a lot of by accident, and the Tyrconnell, which I poured, about the right amount of. I've had a sip or two. Mixed together. I can't show you this because it takes 2 hands. Mash Bill, welcome. Lovely that you stopped in. I know the time differential is, makes it wonky for you. It's what? -3 hours. It's like 4 p.m. where you are, ish. I can do math. I didn't have to use my fingers. All right, mixing these all together. Blip. There's the Tyrconnell. Here's the West Cork. It's quite a bit more West Cork, so that's going to probably dominate a little. I don't know what the proportions are, so you can't make this at home exactly, but you could try it if you have all 3. And now we see how much whiskey I actually had. That is probably about, that's pretty much where I pour usually. And again, I sip this over the course of 2 hours-ish or more. There you go. It smells fruitier now. But the Tyrconnell is actually taking over as far as the nose goes. It's nice. Crazy lady next door is being relatively quiet today, but she yells at her animal all the time. It's frustrating. Yeah, Tyrconnell on the nose, mostly. But it's not that, I didn't get initially, like that again. Oh, man. Hand delivery, right? All right, it doesn't smell bad. It smells like the Tyrconnell did. But again, I think putting a cap on whiskey can do such weird stuff occasionally, because I took the cap off the Tyrconnell and took a smell, and I swear it was like apple cider vinegar or something. It was weird. It's toned down now. It mostly smells like Tyrconnell, even though that was the mid-range of the thing. Wow. That didn't taste like much of anything. Like, I think that happens with some of these. You mix them all together and they kind of crash. So they don't taste like much of anything. They like flatten out. I don't know why. And again, I just poured those 3 together. They completely, that's not something you should really do. You're supposed to give it time. It's supposed to blend and mix and blah, that kind of thing. I'm not doing that in this case. This is a crash course madness kind of thing. It smells like Tyrconnell, though. That's the funny part. I'm kind of surprised by that. I know the Redbreast wouldn't take over, but certainly the West Cork didn't either. Tyrconnell, I guess the 10-year sherry cask thing makes sense that it was kind of dominant. It doesn't taste bad. I'm going to hold it in my tongue and see what happens. Hold on. Do a rinse. And then we'll do the, since I'm, believe it or not, I'm quickly running out of time. There are 10 of you in here, 11 of you in here. And I should have asked when there were 15, because then I might have gotten more of a variety of answers. But again, I wanted to do this closer to the end, because oftentimes when I do a stream, for whatever reason, more people seem to be there at the end when I have to say bye, which sucks. But that's how it is. It just, leave them wanting more, as they say. Oh, okay. It's a little spicier, a little drier. The flavors aren't dominant, though. It's not like I get a severe vanilla note. It's kind of vanilla, but it's faint. Sticking around, though. I can still feel it in my tongue. Yeah. All in all, I'd say it's an improvement, oddly enough. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the West Cork. I'm not a huge fan of the Tyrconnell, but if I mix them all together with Redbreast, it still smells kind of like the Tyrconnell, but it doesn't taste like any of them, really, which is strange. But again, blending is a weird kind of process. So, there you go. We enjoyed some Irish whiskey together. We enjoyed some whiskey together, I'm sure, hopefully. Or water, whatever you wanted. Here's the question for all of you who are here. How do I want to do this? All right. Do my water. Coming up on Saturday, I'll be starting a little whiskey-thon, I guess. We'll have one for Saturday. No, not Saturday. Sunday. Blech. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and on Wednesday, I'll be enjoying Redbreast 12 cast strength. Up until then, I want to know what you want to see on Sunday. I have 3 different options here, and I can start with any of them. I was thinking of leaving one of them till Tuesday, but I'll see what I can see. All right. The first one is this one. It's called Sexton. It's this weird little bottle. It's an Irish whiskey. It is a single malt Irish whiskey. 40%. Again, I don't know anything about it. It's kind of my thing. I can read off the bottle, but this is the one I can start. This is number 1. Number 2 is the Fighting 69, another Irish whiskey. This is probably a blend. Superior quality malted barley in the tradition of the world's finest Irish whiskey. Oh. Fighting 69th Regiment. I'll have to find out what the heck that means. Find out more about it. 40% again. This is number 2. And I have a feeling this one might dominate. Number 3, Teeling. Teeling whiskey. Irish whiskey, non-chill filter. It's 6 months in rum casks. Hello. Small batch, apparently. Spirited Dublin. 46%. Hello. So this is number 3. Let me know in the chat if you want me to review first on Sunday, number 1. So all you have to do is type 1, letter 1, number 1, number 2, number 3. And this is for Sunday's video. Just type in chat 1, 2, or 3. Again, 1, a 2, or 3. And whichever I see the most of, I will do a review of on Sunday. Go. Audience participation. What? I have to pay attention? Ah. It's just easier for me to read. Oh boy. Yeah. I had a hunch. So 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. That's 5 for 3. And there are 11 people in here. So I have a feeling the 3s have it. Teeling. Apparently this is a rum finished, which is surprising. It's 6 months in rum casks. It doesn't play off that, though, and it doesn't say anything like that on here. I don't think I've ever had Teeling. If I have, I don't remember. Whiskey shits. I would recommend a Redbreast 12 or Redbreast 12 cast strength, or Green Spot's really good as well. I'll let you know about the Teeling on Sunday, apparently, because that was all 3s, and because Teeling is such a popular and well-known brand, I had a feeling that would be it. The Sexton and the 69th, I'd never heard of until now. The Green Spot's pretty good. Red Spot's okay. Again, I think I did that thing to myself where I got really hyped up over a very expensive bottle for me. $125 for the Red Spot when I got it. And I was really hyped about it. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be amazing. And it wasn't a huge disappointment. It was just, again, I'd hyped it up so much in my head, thought it was going to be the best thing ever. And it was like, oh, this is pretty good, but not worth the price. Good, not worth the price. The tealing, I actually don't know the price of. Again, this was donated to me. I think this was donated by my parents. Pretty sure it was. Change, welcome back. The House unanimously voted on this for the video I'm going to review come Sunday. That'll come out before the stream on Sunday. I'll probably do the video, officially record the video tomorrow. I'm not going to do it after this because my palette will be all messed up. And there are other streams going on, which I don't feel like missing. We'll see. Oftentimes, it's good for me to focus on doing a video and then editing it while watching other people. But we'll see. I don't know. I'll say I fail tomorrow, pretty much. Or tonight. I don't know. Did I mention I don't know? So anyway, Sunday's video will be about tealing. Thank you for your participation in helping me decide, because I really couldn't decide. And unsurprisingly, I was leaning towards this. Glendronach 12? Glendronach, I would say no. But I'll say no. I have a Glen Scotia 15. And I have some samples of Glenmorangie. There are a lot of Glens out there, if you haven't noticed. I have a Glenrothes. But no, Glendronach 12, I don't think I do. Now I have to remember that I have to review this on Sunday. So we'll put this right here. And these two will end up being Monday and Tuesday, in no particular order. I think I'll do... I don't want to lock myself in, but I'll probably do this one for Monday, and I'll probably do the Sexton for Tuesday. And then Wednesday is, of course, going to be the Redbreast 12 cast strength, because I'm going to pour myself so much of the Redbreast 12 cast strength when it happens. It's going to be like 3 ounces almost. Just so you know, that video is going to have a little bit of humor to it or a little bit of something. I don't know, maybe a little humor, but also... I know I like Redbreast 12. There is no doubt in my mind that I love Redbreast 12. I haven't had it for so long. Like, we're talking years. Oh, it's going to be so good. I'm delaying the anticipation. It's just, oh gosh. Yes. I mean, if you already like cast strength stuff, and if you can find Redbreast 12 cast strength, I would highly recommend it. But if you're not sure, and that's a lot to pay for a Redbreast 12 cast strength, it's like the one I bought was $75, just so you know. And the Redbreast 12, supposedly you can get for 50 or 60, I hope. And that's a lower proof. But if you know you like high proof stuff and you're just looking to dive into something amazing, supposedly amazing. Yeah, I don't think of it. Well, hold on. I used to keep the sample boxes nearby, but I'd have to actually check on what I've tried before, because my brain no working so good, as I've said, with remembering stuff. And I had so many whiskeys that you sent me, Mashville, over the December holiday that I sampled. Lots of them were Scotch, and there's one I'm not quite sure of. I think that was... Oh my gosh, I can't remember now. I would actually have to check. I will actually check, because I can do that, so yay. But there were so many freaking Scotches I had, and they were all amazing. And I'm not sure if one of them was the Glendronach. I think it might have been. That's why I'm getting bothered by it, because it might have been one of those. So I can say I probably sampled it, but I don't remember. My brain knows so good, and also, that was December, which feels like last month, but of course was 2 months ago. Let's do a review. No, that was Glenlivet. So the Glenlivet I had, the Compass box, that stuff was amazing. And the Balvenie, that's what I was thinking of. There were so many different Scotches, I couldn't remember what the heck it was which. And I knew there was another one that was a Glen, but it was Glenlivet, which I have it. As far as the Glendronach, I don't think I have. But again, memory no works so good. And that's kind of why I make the videos, because I can always go back and check. It's handy. My initial first thoughts, anyway. One of the things I've been thinking of lately, and all of you may or may not agree, If you don't, fine. If you do, great. One of those. What the wonderful thing about the whiskey community, and I'm kind of aquavitaing here, or roying a bit, is that no matter what kind of whiskey it is, you're always a different version of yourself whenever you have that whiskey. So let's say, an example, since we're talking about it, Redbreast 12 cask strength. I don't know if I did a video on that. I'm pretty sure I didn't for my first initial experience with that, but I know that bottle disappeared like that. And I was a very different type of person back then. I hadn't had much experience with whiskey. I wasn't sure what I liked. I was just starting to get into what's what. So that was me then. Now there is a completely different outlook, a completely different feeling, and an experience for that whiskey, and an expectation, more importantly, for that whiskey, is that I know I liked it. Again, I'm afraid I'm hyping it up in my head as well. I'm so eager to try it. I'm going to be like, this is the best thing ever. And then I try it. It's like, oh gosh, it's kind of like the Redbreast 12. Oh, I don't think that'll be the case. I think that higher proof really does a lot for Irish whiskey. And I wish I saw more 50% out there, but I don't. Little thing about my Irish whiskey stuff, little nagging thought. I wish there were more higher proof stuff. I'm pretty sure that's why I like bourbon so much, because the higher proof stuff is just, love it. Love it. But where was I going with this? Anyway, so you are always a different person for every single experience you have with a whiskey, which means every single time you have a whiskey, it's going to be a slightly different experience, which is the amazing thing about whiskey. You can say that about a lot of things, though. It's much with food, but with whiskey, it's a different kind of experience. It's not a meal. But that thought has crossed my mind recently, that you are a different person every time you have a similar whiskey. So there might be a lot of different feelings and a lot of different experience with said whiskey. I think that's where I was going with that. You're the same person, but you're also a different person. So that's why you can have something like Wild Turkey 101. And the first few times, it's a whole different thing. Then later on in the years, once you've had it a lot, once it becomes your favorite, I'm using my example here for me, it's just something you're sipping always. Like it just becomes your norm and you love it. But you're not deep diving into it. You're not, nosing it. You're not experiencing it in that way anymore. It's just a favorite. And maybe you don't appreciate it as much, but maybe you do. I think that's why I don't have it around all the time. I have a feeling that's it. It's like, I really like Redbreast. Why do I keep doing that? I'm talking about Irish whiskey and trying to talk about bourbons. I really enjoy Wild Turkey 101. I have for a number of years now, and it's Bourbon Night's fault. But I don't want it to be always around, because I want to be able to appreciate it again. Be like, oh yes, this is my favorite. This is the one I wish I had all the time, but it's good not to have it. It's good to have, little breaks with your favorite whiskey, because otherwise you're just going to take it for granted. And I don't want to do that ever. And people have been chatting and I haven't been keeping up. The Roop, happy Friday. Thank you for stopping in. Oop. Glen Scotia double cask on the wild today. Once I get back on my feet, I'm going to grab one. Grundronic 12. Ooh. Don't do anything crazy, Mash Bill. I know in my little world, and I've said this numerous times, some of those scotches back there, the only reason I have them is because credit card. Do not do that when buying whiskey. It's a bad idea. As much as I like the scotch and the experiences I've had with them, I did a dumb thing. And this is very common with people with mental illness, is they will just say, I don't care, buy everything. You only live once. This moment may not last. What repercussions from doing this? That's not a thing. That's what happens. Got it under control a little bit now because of the medication I'm taking, and it's helping. I don't feel as bad, thankfully. Ugh. What? Who? The Redbreast 21 is pretty good, but I would never tell anyone to spend that much money on anything, to be abundantly clear. Yunpei Chang. Welcome. Hi. Welcome. High West is pretty good. I don't think I've had enough High West, now that I think about it. I only have where did it go? This one? Yeah, the double rye. And I might have had one or two others as samples somewhere. The Yunpei Chang, I don't know if I've seen your name here. So welcome if you're new. We're enjoying a whole bunch of whiskey. I mixed a bunch of stuff together. I can only say, if you want to watch what actually happened, it's all going to be on record soon. I know your name, though. I feel like I've seen the name before. I have a feeling like you're one of those people who does crazy stuff with whiskey, but I don't know. Again, I have to admit, my memory, no good, no bad, no good. Cannot remember stuff half the time, and I always feel so bad. It's one of those recurring things in my brain. I'm really bad at remembering names and people and events and lots of things. I have trouble remembering what to eat, as tonight's episode will verify. My stomach is growling like crazy. Not great at remembering stuff. Allocated go with the MSRP. MSRP. Highest store picks in our liquor store. That sucks. Madness, I tell you, madness. I really have to start paying attention to the release dates of stuff, because there is a liquor store that I go to often, as I've mentioned in videos and streams before. My brother used to work there. I'm kind of familiar with the people there. It wouldn't hurt to have like an in for people to like let me know when the good stuff's going to show up. And I say the good stuff, that would probably be Weller and Blanton's and all those things. I'm not particularly interested in getting those, but like any whiskey tuber, it would be nice to have more than just this sitting on the shelf. But I do have this sitting on the shelf, and it's adorable. My mini Blanton's. I got a mini horse on it. And again, this is thanks to the mash bill, because he's amazing. And I have had Blanton's before, at least a sample of it. And thankfully, it wasn't one of those, hyped up about it. I think I had a Willet. I think I like Willet was something I really liked. Weller? Not 100% sure if I've had that. I probably have. Not sure. But Willet was pretty good, I think. And there was another one. I'm going to have to go back and look at some of these streams where I said how much I enjoyed certain things. It's starting to bother me that I can't remember things. But there was one sample I remember having. I don't remember what it was, but I remember having it, and I knew it was a kind of expensive whiskey. Oh, I think I know what it was. The one that just came to mind was the, what the hell's it called? Hang on. It's in there. Hold, please. Old something. Old Scout? Old Fog? No. It's not Old Scout. I have that right there. All right. It's something that I'm pretty sure is MSRP from Vegas. Hot Butter Rolls really liked it because he's the one who sent me the sample. And it's called Smoke Wagon. Is it Smoke Wagon? Did I get it? I think it was Smoke Wagon. Because I'm pretty sure that's something that's fairly expensive if I can't get it. I'm pretty sure it's from Vegas. But again, my memory not so good. And stop it, stomach. Stop that. I'm going to feed you. I have to put more whiskey in you first. So relax. Smoke Wagon. Thank you, love, man. The price on that I'm not certain of, though. But I remember I had the sample from Hot Butter Rolls. I can't remember if I won that or if someone donated it to me. I forget. But anyway, it was really good. It was really good. Yeah, that's the thing. I had that and I was like, oh no, I don't know if I can ever get this again. And it's amazing. Whoa. Double Eagle Rare. What? Well, it's Vegas, first of all, so not surprised, but also what? I mean, I like Eagle Rare, but I don't like it $500 worth. That is $500 is a good 60 to 75% of my rent every month, for the record. So no, never do that. Yes, there we go. Okay, Lava Man, the uncut, unfiltered, $75. My limit is $40, which is why donations and freaking donated bottles via whatever means possible is always amazing. Like this one here, and Jason Busey hasn't been here in a minute, and part of me is like, oh no, he's not been here, but also part of me is like, that man can do things to me that scare me at times, because like this bottle is one I had thought about buying, and I didn't when I was in my little binge buying phase, Jefferson's Ocean. This thing is at least $80 nearby, and the only reason I have it is because of Jason Busey. Is an amazing man, and many of you know that. But yeah, it's stuff like that, stuff I would never be able to afford that has shown up on my shelf, and it's just dumbfounding to me every single time. $39 and up, huh? See, if it's $40, I could get it. And the uncut, unfiltered is what I had, and it was delicious. Oh no. MP Chang, what did you do? What did you do? Tell us. Confess your sins, your whiskey sins. Michter's Rye, huh? I don't think I've had Michter's Rye. That sounds good. Whoa, words. Yee. Why would he do that to you? Pre-prohibition bottle, $1,500. That is a good deal more than the rent I pay every month. For a 2-ounce pour in Vegas. Vegas is a crazy place. I've been there twice. Didn't gamble much because gambling doesn't do it for me, thankfully. I like it to an extent, but also there's this large part of me that's like, oh, that's money you could use for food or rent or, anything but throwing it into this machine and not getting anything back from it. I did win $100 when I was leaving Vegas, though. Little story. I was in Vegas airport, playing the slots and, not getting anything from it. And then all of a sudden I got $100. I was just playing the slots because I was just waiting for the airplane, but that was a nice little leave Vegas thing. Oh, gosh. The straight bourbon is in my price range. Oh, keep that in mind. I haven't seen it around here. I'll have to look around and maybe see if it shows up. Oh, gosh. Young Pei Chang is going to blow our minds in a minute. Oops. Cheers. Yes. I think I said this on one of my recent streams. I went to, I think Hot Butter Rolls was here too, maybe. But in Vegas, I went to a place called Nobu. I think it's in the Caesar's Palace. If you like Japanese cuisine and sake, you got to go to Nobu. That was an amazing experience. It was really expensive. Like I still fear asking my mother how much it cost us to eat there and have all that food. It was so good. Oh, the fish was amazing. The sushi was amazing. The sake was amazing. And I'm pretty sure it's only sake you can get at that location. It's like imported for that restaurant only, or that restaurant chain only. Oh, so good. I long for having a Japanese cuisine experience like that again someday. It was wonderful. Chopsticks and everything. But yeah, so that's one place you can go. And the other place we went was Gordon Ramsay's burger place. And that was pretty good. Didn't blow my mind, but it was good. Nobu, on the other hand, completely blown away, life-changing experience kind of deal, as far as food restaurants go. Nobu, yeah. There's only a few restaurants out there, and that's part of that is what makes the experience so amazing. It's one of those things, it's rare and you can't go to it everywhere, and it's hard to find. And I can probably only go there if I went to Vegas again. I'm sure, like you said, there are other locations, but where? I have no idea. Expensive places, I'm sure. Oh. Smoke wagon. I think we're talking about smoke wagon. I have no idea. Or the Michter's Rye. It's like 3 conversations going on here. Oh, my stomach's so angry at me. I shouldn't have started talking about Nobu. That was a mistake. Oh, no, that was a mistake. Stop it. Stop it. Good grief. In Japan, that's really embarrassing, or at least I understand it to be very embarrassing from all the anime I watch. You can't tell us about One Punch Man. If you haven't seen One Punch Man, do it. It's hilarious. That's what I thought, Lava Man. That's one of those ones that I wish I could find it, but I have a feeling it's not around. Ooh. Toasted rye, toasted barrel rye. I've had the Elijah Craig roasted, toasted barrel. That was pretty good. Oh, hand delivered. So much stuff. You are okay. Like by Chan, and I remember your name now. I've heard it, and you do some crazy stuff with people in the whiskey community. So thank you for stopping by and joining this. What do I call this? Whiskey musing, I guess, where we just talk about whiskey and enjoy whiskey, and talk about food and comic books too, and other things, and anime, anything really. I mean, that's kind of the thing. Trying to keep myself out of jail. I mean, an asylum. I mean, trouble. Trying to keep myself out of trouble. Ugh. I'm gonna write a little note in my head. Teeling for Sunday. Probably won't remember that. I'll try to remember that. The bottle's right here. I'll line them up. That's the best thing I can do. Here we go. There. Now, even if I forget, the Teeling's first, 69th is second, and the Sexton is third. And then Wednesday. Look forward to Wednesday's official video on Redbreast 12 Cast Strength. I really don't know how that video is going to turn out because I never know how they're going to turn out until I do them. And then the editing begins, where I cut out all the bad parts. It's not usually that bad, but it's usually just one shoot. I really don't know how other whiskey tubers do it, where they do like professional stuff. For me, it's just like, okay, go. Edit later. Drink the whiskey. Panic. Oh, Smoke Wagon Uncut. Oh, it's so good. That's the one I tried from Hot Butter Rolls, and immediately I was like, oh my gosh, it's so good, and I can probably never get a bottle. Cool. Backbone Decky Down. Interesting. I've never heard of the Backbone one. Belmead cask I've heard of. I forget exactly what it is, but it sounds good. It's the word Belmead. Yes, I can imagine that. It is MGP, MSRP, MGP. Yes, MGP. But I can understand why they don't want to, go too crazy with it. Because unfortunately, the secondary market would love when you do that kind of thing. Suddenly it's rare and hard to find and only a few people can get it. Let's jack the price up and sell it. Ugh. Bourbon, what? Well, good for you. I'm happy for you. Stop it, stomach. I mean, who isn't? Oh, my stomach is being angry. More Irish whiskey will fix that. Oh my gosh, we're already coming to the end of this. It's terrible. We have less than 10 minutes left with this stream. I will forward you to, you're probably all going to go there anyway. The Bourbon Wrench. I was about to say Treb. The Bourbon Wrench will be going live soon, and it's a big old stream tonight. He's going live, and then ADHD Whiskey is going live, and there's a whole thing they're doing tonight where it's going to be just madness. So enjoy that. I'm going to probably pour myself some bourbon after this because I feel like I have to drink that with Trev and ADHD Whiskey because they're so big into the bourbon these days. But we'll see. See if I'm feeling the bourbon or the Irish. I think I am feeling the bourbon because I got plenty of Irish in my glass right now. It's going to take me a little bit to finish. Bourbon, I guess I should have said, yeah, you know me, but you got the feeling. You know what I meant. Oh, don't tease me. Ow, stomach, stop it. That's how my day's going. How's yours? Uh-oh. Don't worry. No one will know. Whiskey Nose. Cheers. Thanks for stopping by. We're almost done. We got like 5 minutes left, but thank you for stopping in. We have had an Irish whiskey flight. If you want to go back and watch this whenever it happens to be fully uploaded, I don't know how the stream stuff works. I do know I have to do something 19 minutes in. I've kind of forgotten what that is, but when I'm watching it again, I'll probably remember. I think I was going to link some of the video. I was going to link the videos I've done already for what we had tonight, which was West Cork, Redbreast 12, and Tyrconnell. Those will all show up at the 20-minute mark if anyone wants to watch them. Again, if you've subscribed, and like, don't forget to like, do the like thing. Tell your friends. We're pushing past the 300 mark, and we're going for the 400, and we're going for the 500, which is like halfway there. And then it's just all easy after that, supposedly. I don't think so, but we'll see. Yeah, right, John? One of the wonderful, horrible things about being a whiskey tuber and watching other whiskey tubers is you're pretty much having whiskey every single night because there's basically a stream every single night. Sometimes more than one stream at the same time. It gets kind of complicated. But yeah, it's a little like every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. sometimes Saturday and sometimes definitely Sunday. Sunday is kind of like it's bourbon night thing, and has been for a long time. But Saturday, I think. Hold on. I haven't seen her recently, and that's going to bother me. Whiskey Central, there we go. Whew. I think I saw her on Aquavite recently, but she sometimes does a Saturday thing, but I haven't been able to keep up with that. I know she is pretty busy doing stuff. She has a real life to worry about, like many of us do. I do not. My real life is dealing with my mental health problems, so yay. I'm lucky in that regard, but also very unlucky, I have to say. I don't have a job, which is both good and also bad. This is my job, and I'd like to keep this as a job. Like, if I could get enough donations and enough things from this, that would be amazing. I do have a Patreon. I'm not going to tell you what it is, because the problem at the moment is I have nothing. Like, you have to spend money to make money with Patreon, and that's not a thing for me. I don't have the money to make the money. Two Wheels Down, welcome. We're just coming to a close soon. I got 4 minutes left, but thank you for showing up. It's always nice to see people, even if it's right at the end. As long as people show up here, it is glorious. I will, of course, be going live on Sunday, same time, same bet station, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will all be heading over I assume we'll all be heading over to Trev's channel in a minute, The Bourbon Wrench. He was here at the beginning of the show, but which was lovely. It's always nice to see him. He's very energetic with his starting of streams. Let's go! I can almost hear him saying it. With me, I'm mostly in panic mode trying to figure out what to do before a stream. Don't know if that's the same for him. Maybe it is. I have no idea. But I am definitely curious about what is going to go down this evening. I'm not a huge wrestling fan, but that's kind of the theme they're playing off of this evening. And hopefully I never have to do a battle royale for whiskey. That'd be a bit awkward. I mean, that's debatable. I like it when everyone shows up. That's the thing. And especially now, like, to be clear, it's very important that all of you know how special you are to me at this moment. Because, there's 15 to 20 people in here, and that's just dumbfounding to me. And what I worry about is when it gets to the point where there's like a lot more, like over 20, I start to feel like I need to panic. The concept of 50 is dumbfounding to me. And more than that, I have seen in other Whiskey Tube channels, and I don't know how they can keep up. They can't keep up. And that's what I worry about, not being able to keep up with chat. That's like my fear, is that someday I won't be able to interact as well just because of how many people are in the room. I don't have to worry about that now, but I definitely have to appreciate all of you that are here. So thank you for that. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for joining me on this whiskey experience we had this evening. Again, it was Irish whiskey. It was glorious. We have a minute and a half left before I cut the stream. So it's just a matter of waiting. The end of these are always the best because I'm just kind of like, what should I do for the last minute and a half? I don't know. I will talk about other stuff I'm doing. And remember, I always say, like, if you're here, you're probably subscribed already, but remember to like this video. It helps the algorithm. The YouTube overlords must have your thumbs. That's what I like to say. They demand your thumbs. Coming up on the last minute. This minute will last forever. I'm going to drink the rest of this real quick. Not right now, but before the next stream starts, I am going to get food. Don't worry. I'm going to have a sandwich or something. My stomach is pissed. I should have eaten 2 hours ago. There we go. Wheelings and dealings. It's going to be glorious. Thank you, the Roop. It's all about the people here. I'm just the venue. I don't know what to call it. I'm the whiskey tuber. I'm glad you're all here. I got to get ready to close this. Thank you, Mike Franklin. Thank you for being here. Does it take 10 seconds for me to say this? I don't know. As always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. And Sancha. Whoop.